and out of the 50%, he spent 40% of the remaining salary to the recreation. Every time he spends on somebody else, we need to find out the remaining salary. The price and the quantity are taken in hundreds, so then the total expenditure will be same as the new price as well as the quantity of the milk. The concept of percentage helps to calculate many situations under different conditions. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to one and all. This is your Shruti ma'am lecturing in Vidhyaashram, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Today in this session, we are going to take up the problems on percentage. So the first question is, the cost of TV increased by 20% and then decreased by 5%. Find the percentage increase in the original cost. So here, let the cost price of TV is equal to 100. So since the cost of the TV is increased by 20%, so 20% of increase is nothing but 100 plus 20, which is equal to 120. So that means it is the new cost price is 120. And again it is decreased by 5%. So 5% of decrease will be equal to 120 minus 5% of 120. So which is equal to 120 minus 6, which is equal to 114. So therefore, the difference in cost price is 114 minus 100, because the original cost price is 100, which we have taken, and the difference is 14. So therefore, if we convert this in terms of 14, then it is 14%. So therefore, the percentage increase in the original cost is 14%. Next question. The price of a pair of trousers was decreased by 22% to 390. What was the original price of the trousers? So here, let me consider the pair of trousers cost is X. And they have told the decrease in the price by 22% is equal to 390. So therefore, X minus 22% of X is equal to 390. So X minus 22 by 100, X is equal to 390. So here we'll get 78 by X by 100 is equal to 390. X is equal to 390 into 100 whole divided by 78. So when you divide this, you will get the value of X as rupees 500. So therefore, the price of the pair of trousers was 500 rupees. Next question. By how much percent should the use of milk be increased if the price of the milk is decreased by 20% so that the expenditure remains unchanged? So here, let the price of milk is equal to 100 and let the quantity of milk used is equal to 100. So then the total expenditure is always price into quantity. So therefore 100 into 100, which is equal to 10,000. Now they have told us the price of the milk is decreased by 20%. So therefore, the new price of the milk is equal to 100 minus 20, which is equal to 80. Now here, let the quantity of the milk used be X. Now they have clearly told us that the expenditure remains unchanged. So that means here the expenditure is equal to 80x. So since it is not changed, it is equal to 10,000. So therefore we'll get x is equal to 10,000 divided by 80. So when you divide this, you will get the value as 125. So therefore, the increase in percentage of milk is 125 minus 100. So therefore, increase in consumption of milk equals 125 minus 100, which is equal to 25. So therefore, percentage increase is equal to 25%. So clearly, the price and the quantity are taken in hundreds. So then the total expenditure will be same as the new price as well as the quantity of the milk. So using that, we can find the unknown value x, where x indicates the increase in consumption of milk. The original consumption was 100 and the difference is 25. So therefore, the percentage increase in the consumption of milk is 25%. Next question. Venu gives 50% of his salary to his wife, 40% of the remaining he spends on recreation, 20% of the remaining he gives to his daughter as a pocket money and still saves 12,000. What is Venu's income? Also find the amount he gives his wife and daughter. So let the salary that Venu gets, or Venu's salary, is equal to x. Now, he spends 50% of his salary to his wife. So, 50% of his salary is given to wife. So, that means x by 2. That is half of the salary. So, which is 50% of x. Therefore, it is x by 2. Then, the remaining salary will be again x by 2. Now, out of the remaining salary, 40% of the remaining he spends on the recreation. So, therefore, for recreation, he'll spend 40% of the x by 2. So, which is equal to 40 by 100 into x by 2. So, cancelling this, we'll get the value as x by 5. Now, here, x by 5 he'll spend for the recreation. Again, remaining salary. So, here 50% of the salary was given to his wife and another 50% is remaining. And out of the 50%, he spent 40% of the remaining salary to the recreation. What is the new remaining salary here? So, that is x by 2 minus x by 5. So, which is equal to 3x by 10. So, in the remaining salary, 20% of the remaining he gives us to daughter. So, therefore, amount given to daughter is 20% of the remaining. So, what was the remaining salary? It is 3x by 10. So, which is equal to 20 by 100 into 3x by 10. So, 0, 0 cancels here. So, again 2 1s are, 2 5s are. So, therefore, this is 3x by 50. Now, the remaining salary will be equal to 12,000. So, what is the remaining salary? It was 3x by 10 and out of 3x by 10, 20% is given to his daughter and the remaining salary is his savings, which is 12,000. So, therefore, remaining salary will be equal to 3x by 10 minus 3x by 50. And this is equal to his savings, that is 12,000. Now, subtracting this, we'll get 150 minus 30x divided by 500 is equal to 12,000. So, 120x by 500 is equal to 12,000. So, x is equal to 12,000 into 500 whole divided by 120. So, cancelling this, so we'll get the value as 50,000. So, what is this? X is Venu's salary and 50% of his salary will be given to his wife. So, therefore, amount given to his wife is x by 2, which is rupees 25,000. And amount given to his daughter so that is equal to 3x by 50. So that is 3 into 50,000 divided by 50, which will be equal to rupees 3,000. So every time he spends on somebody else, we need to find out the remaining salary. So from the remaining salary, we finally get his savings. So using the savings, we can find the expected salary, and then we'll finally get the amount given to his wife as well as his daughter. Next question. In a school, there are 1,800 students. Last day, except 4% of the boys, all the students were present in the school. Today, except 5% of girls, all the students are present in the school. But in both the days, number of students present in the school were same. Find the number of boys and number of girls in the school. So first, let us consider the number of girls and boys in the schools be X and Y. So, number of girls and boys in a school be X and Y respectively. So they have clearly given there are 1,800 students here. So that means X plus Y is equal to 1,800. So the last day, except 4% of the boys. So I have taken Y as the number of boys and X as the number of girls. So that means out of total student, 4% of boys were absent, and the next day, out of the total students, 5% of girls were absent. But total number of strength in both the days were same. So therefore, X plus Y minus 4% of Y is same as X plus Y minus 5% of X. Now here, from both sides, we can cancel here. 4% of Y means we can write this as 4Y is equal to 5X. Let me consider this as equation 1 and let me consider this as equation 2. Now from 1, Y can be written as 1,800 minus X. So in the place of Y, I'll substitute 1,800 minus X is equal to 5X. So here 7,200 minus 4X is equal to 5X. Then we will get 5X plus 4X is equal to 7,200, which is 9X 7,200. So X is equal to 800. Now we got X is equal to 800. Again, let us use the equation 1. So from equation 1, we have 800 plus Y is equal to 1,800. So therefore, we'll get Y is equal to 1,000. So we know that X is number of girls and Y is number of boys. So therefore, the number of boys and girls, or the number of girls is 800 and number of boys per 1,000. So total is 1,800. Next question. Due to increase in the price of sugar by 5%, a man reduces his consumption by 5%. Find the percentage increase or decrease in the expenditure. What difference would it make if the price decreases by 5% and the consumption increases by 5%? So first, let the price of the sugar equals rupees 100 and let the quantity of consumption is equal to 100. So then the total expenditure is equal to 100 into 100. So that is equal to 10,000. Now they have told us there is an increase in the price of the sugar. So therefore 5% increase in the price means it is 105. and also told that 5% decrease in consumption. So 5% decrease in consumption. So that is equal to 95. So therefore the new expenditure is equal to 105 into 95. So that is equal to 9,975. So clearly we can see the difference in expenditure is 25. So difference in expenditure is equal to 25. So therefore percentage decrease, because you can clearly see there is a decrease in expenditure. So therefore it is 25 divided by 10,000 into 100. So we will get it as 0.25%. So this is the percentage increase in the expenditure. So now they have asked us what happens if there is a decrease in price by 5% and increase of consumption by 5%. It's the same, because here decrease in price gives you 95 and increase in consumption gives you 105. Again, after multiplication, the new expenditure still gives 9,975. So therefore, there will be a percentage decrease of 0.25% even when decrease in price by 5% and increase of consumption by 5%. Next question. There were two candidates in an election. 20% of the members in the voters list did not cast their votes and 50 votes were declared invalid. The successful candidate secured 300 votes more than his rival. If 45% of the total members voted in favor of successful candidate, then find the votes secured by each candidate. So we need to calculate the number of votes in favor of both winning as well as the rival candidate here. So let the number of votes is equal to X. Clearly, 20% of the members in the voters list did not cast their vote. So, number of people did not cast their vote is equal to 20% of X. So, that is 0.2x. Also, they have given 45% of the total members voted in favor of successful candidate. So, number of votes of winning candidate is equal to 45% of X. So, that is 0.45x. Now there are invalid votes as well as the votes which in favor of the rival candidate. And that vote is considered to be the remaining votes. So therefore here remaining votes is equal to x minus 0.2x minus 0.45x, which is equal to 0.35x. So that 0.35x can be considered as invalid vote plus rival candidate vote. So that is equal to 0.35x. So here invalid vote is 50 plus rival candidate vote is equal to 0.35x. So thus rival candidate vote is equal to 0.35x minus 50. Also they have given the difference in vote of the successful candidate as well as the rival candidate is 300. Therefore, difference in votes is equal to 300. So a successful candidate will get a vote of 0.4x, 45x, and the rival candidate gets 0.35x minus 50, which is equal to 300. 0.45 minus 0.35 is 0.1x plus 50 is equal to 300. So 0.1x is equal to 250. So x is equal to 2500. So therefore, votes secured by successful candidate is equal to 0.45x, which is 0.45 into 2500. So that is equal to 1125. And same, votes secured by the rival candidate is equal to 0.35x minus 50, where 50 is invalid, which is equal to 875 minus 50, which is 825. And when you add these all three, you should get 2500. So 825 plus 50 is 875. So this 825 plus 50 is 875. 875 plus 1125 is 2000. And the remaining 20%, they have not casted their vote. So that is 0.2x. So that will be equal to the 500. So total, there are 2500 votes, where the successful candidates gets 1125 and the rival candidate will get 825. The concept of percentage helps to calculate many situations under different conditions. I'll meet you in the next session. Until then, keep watching, keep learning, and keep exploring. Thank you.